afternoon. Like Chrissy said, I'm Elwanda Hawthorne. I am a readjustment counselor from the Austin Vet Center. I have a combined total service time of 23 years, active duty and reserve. I retired from the military, completely retired in 2013. So when we was asked to do this presentation, I've had two transitions. The first time I transitioned from active duty. And when I thought about that, I thought about what was the three main things that I can reflect on over 23 years. Because I still remember getting out in 1992 off of active duty. And what came to mind is I was more military than I thought. I left my community, which was the military and the culture, and I left the camaraderie of other veterans who had the same shared experience that I had, and that was I deployed to the first Gulf War. So when you take all that in its wholeness, it's very important to just transition from the military. Not if you had a deployment and having a transition, but when you leave the military culture, it is a great impact on that service member's life. And I had to relearn how to be in the civilian sector again. My mindset was totally military. I was used to structure, order, hurry up and wait. I did not understand why you wanted to do everything at the last minute. Let's do everything now, and then we can wait and see what's next. But in the civilian side of the house, it's kind of vice versa. You spend, if you got 8 hours in a day, you will spend, some may spend 7 hours just kind of diddly-daddling, and the last hour of the day, that's when they want to get everything done. And that really created some anxiety for me, because that wasn't the way I was used to operating. My second transition was being a reservist. I got deployed to active duty, and I went to Iraq. At that time, I had a career. I was a mental health provider, and I was fully engaged in my civilian life, in the civilian sector. And I was working on completing my doctorate degree. And I had to put my civilian life on hold, and I had to be a full-time soldier here. And as a mental health professional, this is what I told myself. I knew I was going to change, because that was part of the process. And change looked like this to me. But in reality, when I returned home and became a part of the civilian sector again, this was my change in comparison to what I thought it would be. With my career, I had to reestablish how I went about business. My employer, I had my job, but the thing that happened was the employer's demand trumped my demand, what I needed to transition back into civilian life. My employer, they say, oh, you did such a great job, we're putting you in a new position, at a new location, with new staff. And all I was thinking about when I was preparing to leave Iraq was I would come back to my old office, the old building. Only thing I won't have is my office. Some people will transition out, but there will still be faces I knew. And this will be familiar, and I can just gradually move into it. It didn't happen. The other part, the expectations. I expected to jump right back into that civilian life that I had left. But I didn't really recognize it anymore. So with my expectations and the expectations of others, I treated my own return home as an event instead of a transitional process. Yes, probably if I was in dissertation when I was completing my doctorate. So I didn't have to deal with classes and instructors, and in 2005, there wasn't a lot of online classes to take. So I would had to be in the classroom and deal with everything that was going on. But because I was in dissertation, I just had to deal with my advisor and committee. And I jokingly say to people who know me, if I had to go back in the classroom after returning from a ride, just at that period, not taking a transition, but to return to the classroom, I probably wouldn't be Dr. Hawthorne today. Just that transitional piece. But because I didn't have to go into the classroom, I was able to just do it at my own pace, get it done, and not deal with just the minute things, dealing with other people, going at somebody else's pace, and having to adjust to them instead of me adjusting to what's going on with me. So the end result is, yes, I got overwhelmed. Did I rethink how I was making my transition back into civilian life? Yes, I did. So the most important thing